No?
Hello.
Hey there. There we
Okay,
go.
sick. Great. No problem. So, okay, could you give a quick intro for the stream before we get started? Just where you're from, how long you've been playing, uh, your tag, goals for the game, stuff like that.
Sure. I'm Geenareeno. I live in Montreal right now. I'm originally from Saskatchewan. I've been playing for 10 years, and my goal is to become as good as I can possibly be.
Okay, cool. Have you been, like, so you said you've been playing for 10 years. Do you feel like there's, like, you've been trying to get better more lately, or has it kind of been, like, a grind the whole time?
It's been ups and downs, but I kind of have been more on the grind lately. And a couple years ago, I switched to Falco from Fox. I
Okay,
started.
nice. A
I was,
fellow convert.
yeah. Yeah, I was like, I don't like play every day, and like Fox, you just need to like be so in the zone, particularly the kind of style I was trying to play. So it
Mm-hmm.
also just helps to like switch things up, get a new viewpoint to renew your interest in the game.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so let me pull up the Slippy and I'll screen share you on
Sure.
Discord. There we go. And there we go. Okay. So, what are your thoughts on this before we go into it? Do you have any ideas, things you might want me to like look for? Like what's been going on?
Well, yeah. I basically I feel like I used to be a lot better at this game than I am, which probably isn't true. Like if I played myself in 2017, I'd probably kick my ass or whatever, but I just feel like I used to be practicing a lot more, playing a lot more, and like just have everything kind of up to a higher standard. Like I would call it my like infrastructure, my scaffolding around the game. Like I studied all the situations, and my mind was like well adapted to everything, and like things just came naturally, and like I could do things well. And now like I'm getting older, I don't play as much, and I'm pretty critical of myself. So it's like anytime I make a mistake, I'm like being hard on myself and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I don't know if that really answers your question, but basically, I just want to start like developing my game plan again, and like fleshing out some situations so that I can, play the way I want to play and
Mm-hmm.
succeed.
Okay. Yeah, a lot of times that like fluidity is just purely like how many hours you've played in like the last month. Where
Yeah,
like
for sure.
yeah, like if I don't play for like a month, I feel just awful. And then but like you can play like there are people who play this game like 6 hours a day who are horrible at it, but they grind really hard. Most of the time they're pretty new players, you know? But
Hmm.
they grind a lot and they're like very fluid at doing bad things like very quickly.
Right.
And so like that's not a huge deal. Like I definitely wouldn't beat yourself up about like not having the fluidity. I would look at it as more of like an opportunity where like the less you're playing, the less like ingrained your habits are. It's kind of easier to modify your play style, and it's sort of easier to get better a lot of times quickly um, if you're sort of not like hyper optimized. Like Cody, like IBDW, he has a lot of problems with that, where he like grinds so much that it's kind of hard to like get out of his habits sometimes because he's been like ingraining them so hard. So there are trade-offs to both, and you just have to kind of like not worry about it and take advantage of where you're at. You know, like if you're grinding a lot, take advantage of that to like make sure you work on like really tricky little punish game situations because your inputs are on point. And then like when you're like maybe not as in practice, you can sort of look at like a wider scale of like how you're playing matchups, stuff like that, you know.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good way of looking at it.
So okay, so let's get started here and take a look. Okay. So little note to start. I'll start by kind of picking out a bunch of like little things, and then we'll see if we can see any like larger issues to talk about. Okay.
Sure.
So one of them is right here. There's nothing horrible about doing this type of movement. It's not super bad, but I would say that starting a game off with it is not the most solid thing you can do.
Starting off with dash forward, wave dash back.
Just starting off without a laser.
Okay.
So, because the purpose of the laser, the fundamental purpose behind the laser in every single matchup that Falco has, and this just is completely universal, so get it stuck in your head, is the point of the laser is to be positive on frames for your dash. That is what the laser does. There are some smaller uses of laser, like approaching laser shine and stuff like that, but fundamentally, the laser is there, like in neutral, when you're both on the stage, the laser is there so that you can get a dash out before your opponent, because they are stuck defending the laser, and you have frames to dash. And what that does is it gives you a threat, because you can laser dash in, or it gives you a quote spacing threat, kind of, because you can laser and then dash back and put yourself in a position you like more, while your opponent is dealing with the laser. And so you can get away in spots with not lasering only if your opponent thinks you're going to laser. So if you start the game and it's like, yeah, if you have a super hard read that they think you're going to laser, then doing this is okay. But in general, with solid play, the reason why Falco is so good is because he gets positive frames out of lasering his opponent. And so, like, if you think about it, laserless Falco definitely loses the Fox matchup by quite a significant margin. It's like a really bad matchup for laserless Falco. And so, you know, the way to change that and make it an even matchup is with lasers. So you just have to be careful not to, like, especially getting the first laser. Like, it's not like you need to laser spam people, but just getting one laser so that, like, watch, because after this laser, he's stuck in this, and you get to jump. So he's still in stun while you're getting to jump. Whereas if you didn't laser and you jumped, he has a faster jump. He might jump quicker than you and hit you, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like this laser doesn't give you an opening, but it gives you positive frames to create a threat, which gives you this big advantage in neutral that allows you to get stuff like when he's kind of trapped up here. Okay. Okay. Much better so far than I thought, actually. Based on your initial movement, that combo was pretty good.
Yeah, my punish is a bit more flowcharted than neutral.
That's good, though. Something you don't have to really work on too much. What happened here? Okay, so you just missed your laser, right? Like,
Yeah,
you missed two lasers. Like, you missed the high one here, and then you went for this low one. I mean, you can probably get like laser forward tilt here on this low one, and it's just, oh, it didn't come out.
Oh yeah.
Aha. Okay, so you just barely missed that. Like, I don't think your approach to this edge guard was wrong or anything. It was just like two misses.
I actually wanted to ask you about that. Like, at the height he was up being at, I think I probably could have hit him right. But my question is, if a fox is up being, you know, like 1 pixel above the max short hop laser height, I guess then you just do the laser to the ledge and react if they go straight or something.
Yeah. If they do that laser height, so sorry, if they not that laser height, that up B height, there are a few options you can do from there. If they're getting really predictable with that up B, then what I like to do is I'll shoot lasers, like, oh, here, I'm totally here, like, lasering like an idiot, even, like, I totally haven't caught on to the fact that you're going to up B high, right? And then as soon as they get in that spot to up B, I'll just short hop out downer them. Right. Because it's like, and that'll kind of put them in like the idea that, like, maybe that's not so good. And that's kind of like the aggro approach to that. And if you want to play like more like safe on stage type of edge guard, you can hit that up B with runoff double jump laser.
Right. Yeah.
So
I like
that
the downer.
Yeah. So, but just keep in mind, you know, like if you're not that confident about the up B, but he's like, let's say you don't read the up B, but he does it, and you're kind of stuck in that spot where you don't want to, you know, the laser's not going to hit. I really like the runoff double jump double laser because you get two. So like if he is like, so let's say he's not here. Let's say he's like just like here, right? Like a little bit higher. Uh-huh. What I'll do is I'll do runoff double jump laser, and I'll like fast fall this second laser, based on like a read of where I think he's gonna go. Like if I think I'll do like laser here and then I'll do a laser here if I think he's gonna like drop and try to go to ledge after. Because if he drops and tries to side B like to ledge here, the laser will catch him, the lower laser will catch him, and then you can just grab the edge and he doesn't have like any options left.
Right.
So that's like a good one. Or you can do a thing where you jump up and you do like laser here and then one laser slightly lower, and most of the time those will just kind of combo. So he'll get hit like poof poof, and then you have a mix up where like his options from that position are kind of like he can fast fall till edge, which is kind of hard to deal with from that spot. But you can also shoot another laser if he tries to like side B at this height or like shorten to edge. And then remember that if you laser Fox out of an up B and you read another up B, you can always get the down air. So like if he's here and like let's say some Foxes will do this thing where like they up B and they just like mash up B out of the laser to like keep up Bing. What I do is I'll usually do one laser and they reset and I go, oh, that's cool, and then I'll just do another laser and then just jump out and downer them and they're guaranteed to die. So this isn't like a 100% flow chart, but you have like options, enough options with the runoff double laser and the jump out down air to sort of give Fox like a pretty difficult time, you know?
Yeah.
So it's definitely not easy for him. And I also think this like low laser to forward tilt thing is I have like mixed opinions on it, where like I think in this spot where you barely miss and you're like super sure he's going to edge right here, I think this low laser forward tilt or low laser down smash, probably the forward tilt, you know, but I think this low laser forward tilt is your best option there.
Yeah.
You could also just low forward tilt here. You don't need the laser if you're like reading it, but some angles it won't hit, so it's kind of like I don't know, but you know, just hitting the forward tilt will probably trade and you'll take damage, but he'll at least be dead. It definitely would have hit at this angle, but it's hard to know. But yeah, a lot of times if they up B at this height and you like miss your first laser, you knew where he was going, right? You knew he was going to ledge. So I think this is totally like this is pretty optimal here, and I wouldn't like worry about this once you've already missed this first laser. He could up B into you and hit you, but like if you have a really good read on this, there's no reason really not to go for it.
Yeah. Sorry, just to pause and go back for a second.
Yeah, no, of course. Anything you have to say is super useful.
You said the point of laser is just to like give yourself frame advantage, or like
which spot do you want me to go to?
It wasn't a particular spot, just like the thing you said right at the start of the lesson about lasering.
Got it. Yeah, what about it?
I mean, I can check the bot. I don't remember your exact words, but it was like the point of lasering is to like put yourself in frame advantage.
Yes.
And then like it creates a mix-up that you might laser or something like that.
Yeah, it puts you in a spot where your opponent has to react to what you did, which gives you more control over neutral.
Okay, yeah, let's keep going from there.
Okay. Okay, so let's see. This is pretty good. The one thing I would like to see in this combo right here is like this is good. I think in this position, maybe after this up tilt, I would have liked to see some attempt to kill him. Like,
yeah, I don't really know why I nared.
Like you could have done like a weak reverse nair here. You could have done like a back air down air. You could have, you know, instead of the up tilt, you could have down smashed and gone for the edge guard here. Like there's a lot of ways that you could have like, you know, made it a little bit more threatening for him.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so here's this part. Let's see. Okay, so this is kind of a small thing, but when they're at really high percent, Fox, like, they super fiend for the ledge. Like, they just do, you know, because if they go high at low percent, they go, what's the big deal? He's gonna, like, keep comboing, right? But it's not, like, the end of the world. Whereas at high percent, if they go on stage and you hit them, it's just over, you know?
Yeah, right. I forgot about that.
So in a lot of spots, they will go for the edge here, and you just have to be more ready at high percent to cover them, like, going to the edge. Because it's like a much better, like, what's it called? Like, risk-reward for them.
Yeah. So in this specific situation, if we back up, would you suggest I just grab the ledge and then react from there?
So right here, as soon as he goes down here, I would have tried to turn around and grab ledge, and then he's in like a much worse spot.
Mm-hmm.
But it's still not a guarantee. Like it is still like, you know, you have to do your edge guard. Okay, and then here's a special rule for you. When Fox is over like 80, your goal is almost exclusively to land a strong back air.
Right.
And so this is just kind of like a hard rule in the matchup. Anytime Fox is generally kind of over 80, but like more importantly when they're at like high percent like this, you need to play like extremely defensive. Like extremely. Like do not go for things. Because he can drill grab you or something or shine you at this percent and you will lose way more than he can possibly ever lose here. Because he's already at such a high percent. Something important to keep in mind is that jab knocks down over 128. Something around there. 127, 128, around that range. And so as soon as Fox is past that range, it's easy to just be like 130 plus, you know, because your jab might be a little staled or whatever. So as soon as he is at 130 plus, jab always is going to pretty much knock down. And it will get you a lot of kills. So you can do like jab, and then you can do like jump back air, or jab, tech chase forward smash, jab, down tilt, stuff like that. So as soon as Fox is over that 130 mark, jab is like a kill setup. Like it's like a big kill setup, and most of your neutral at this point, as soon as Fox is at a high percent, should be laser, jab, and back air. Like backflip back air, like where you can either auto cancel or do the late back air. And a lot of times you'll do like backflip laser, backflip laser, backflip laser, dash dance, backflip laser. And then so the thing with the jab is you'll start trying it out and you'll be like, this is amazing, I just freaking kill every Fox ever, you know? And you just have to be careful not to be too aggro with it. Think of yourself as like, I will defensively jab kill him. Because what people do is they start getting really like, give me the jab, and then, you know, they get shine out of shielded, and it's like, well, you might as well have done an early down air on shield and got, you know, shine out of shielded. Like, it's not any different. So like when you're in this...
I was going to ask about the backflips, why it's important.
Rather
than...
It's not that the backflip itself is important, but it's that like it's not like... You know, there's some spots where like the backflip animation is important. That's not it. All it is that you're short hopping with your back facing your opponent. Okay. And then you either back air or like turn around laser.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, just to clear that up. So like in this percent, when he's here and he gets to ledge here, you need to just be going to center and just start like laser camping. Because going for like, it's great that you read this. And it's like, if maybe you had gone to here and you could have back aired this, he would have died. But going for this...
back air here probably would have killed. Even just back airing there.
Yeah, back air here would have killed. But then when you're in this spot, you have this sense that, like, you're winning, so you need to, like, keep pressing it. But, like, that's not how this game works. You're just going to get reversaled, and all of your work will be for naught. So it's so in this position, it's okay. Just literally run away. Like, just full hop away to the platform, come down with a laser, get that jab back air laser game started. Right. The best part is that there's like 4 Foxes on the planet that actually, probably less, it's mostly just Kalindi, that know how to play the high percent game as Fox, like, correctly. And so even against somebody like Cody, the majority of the time when I do my, like, laser jab back air stuff, they'll kind of just give it to me.
Right.
And so... just to sort of temper your expectations a bit, once you have failed to kill Fox at a low percent, like, you know, most of the time you're looking for those sweet, like 50, 60, 70 kills, right? Where you're just like, yes, like I freaking back air down aired you at 60 and it's over. You know, I forward smashed you at 60, it's over because of an edge guard. Those are what you want. But when Fox gets past that, it's kind of like a Martharitis thing, like Falco-ritis is definitely a thing. It's much harder to kill him when he gets to, like, these percents. And so, once he's at high percent, you need to accept that you have failed. This is no longer, like, a stock that, like, you're kind of comboing him and you just need to kind of pick it up. You go, okay, I failed big time. He's at a really high percent. It might take you literally a full minute to kill him from this point. If he's playing defensive. Because remember, you're going to play completely defensive. So he might be going to ledge, he might be full hopping around. It could take a full minute to kill him when you've gotten to this point. Pretty much no foxes in the world will actually make you take a minute, but it might, and you need to be prepared for it, that like, man, I'm lasering and back airing and nothing is happening. That's okay.
Right, yeah.
Because you're holding your lead. Even if you were at 3 stocks and he was at 4 stocks, and at this percent, and so you're not like, quote, holding a lead, you're still like, you need to hang on to your low percent. You don't want him, because if Fox is at 154 and now you just dropped a stock, he's still at 154. How are you going to deal with it? You know? And so you need a plan to deal with that, and that super defensive game is going to be how that happens.
Right. Out of curiosity, would your plan change at all if you were also at a high percent? Like, would you play a little riskier, try to get more openings, or just still play the exact same game plan?
It's only dependent on Fox's percent.
Okay.
Because here's the thing. When Fox is at this percent, he is, like... Fox's game plan doesn't change when you're at high percent. When you're at high percent, and he's like, I guess I'll clip him with one of my moves. Any move will do, you know? Like, Fox is great when you're at high percent. So he's not really worried about your percent, because he's just going to, like, drill or wave shine up smash or something at every percent. But at his percent, it is different, because at this percent, he wants to be really safe. What he wants is, like, a clean little shine at a shield, and then he gets his big punish. Or... most foxes want a full hop drill grab or a full hop drill shine here, and they go, yes, Falco was approaching me trying to take my stock, and now I got my combo. So for him, it's dependent on his percent, and for you, it's also dependent on his percent, because Falco cares about percent more than Fox does.
Okay.
All clear so far?
Yes. Oh, I had one thing I was maybe going to ask.
Go for it.
Oh yeah, I was just gonna say I like that you said that this is useful, because like I was saying, I used to kind of have my head more in the game, and I totally forgot about like the kind of spectrum of offensive to defensive play and adjusting it based on your percent and your opponent's percent. So that's I totally like am familiar with that and probably done it before, but like not within the last few years. So that's really good to remember.
Okay, sick. Okay. That's fine. Anything would have killed him there. Okay. So this is not a huge deal right here, but during invincibility, the best thing... So, I don't know what the true optimal thing is against Fox, because this is not an easy situation, you know? But when Fox is invincible, what I have found, and by watching like Mango and stuff, is the best thing is like... your goal should be to shield on a platform as long as possible. So, like, if you're on this side platform, you want to, like, dash dance over here and, like, shield. And, like, he doesn't really have a lot of threats on you from this position. Normally, he has to go to the ground to attack you here. Because even if he short hops over you right here, you can just, like, you know, shield it most of the time and you'll be, like, okay. Or if he short hops over, you can dash away and full hop. But, like, the idea is, like, you want to... all you have to do is waste enough time before your full hop, because he only has 2 seconds, right? So all you need to do is waste like 1 of those seconds. So just wait a little longer before full hopping, because the idea is that when you full hop, kind of like if you full hopped right here, by the time you come down out of full hop, he's no longer invincible.
Right.
And that's kind of why it's good. And this short hop is not good, because you're just putting yourselves in harm's way. So just like defend for a split second and then full hop or full hop double jump to get out of the way, and then by the time you come down, it'll be like okay to fight. Okay, nothing wrong there. I would have liked to see something happen out of this laser. So your options out of this laser. Remember, your laser gives you only a few frames. You only have a few positive frames before Fox is, you know, back on his feet and trying to kick your door down, you know? You only have a few frames. So what you do with those... and you're not always going to be able to, like, land a laser in neutral, because sometimes, you know, he's right in your face and you're not able to get the laser out. So when you get this laser out, you don't want to waste it. You need to do something with it. It doesn't matter what you do after this laser. You either need, like, let's say you don't like the corner here, right? You could just dash full hop and get to the top platform. You can get out of the corner. You can even, like, dash full hop down air, and if he tries to maybe catch you, he might get hit. You could also go to the side platform. You can also dash in. You could also... There are a lot of spots at this range where you might want to, like, laser turn around for up tilt, but not here, because the platform protects you from his full hops, and you're also in the corner. So there's no reason to up tilt here. But your options are pretty much like... You need to do something out of this. You either need to dash in, or full hop, or go to the platform. Like, those are pretty much your options here. You can also do like a laser and then maybe like another laser like right at this distance, and then you're playing the same sort of slightly positive on frames mix-up thing, but you're a little bit less in the corner. But by going for this laser and then you just kind of go for another laser here, you lost the advantage that your laser gave you. This laser missing means, like, pretend this laser doesn't even exist, because it's not going to hit Fox. So it might, Falco might as well not even have a laser when his lasers miss. And I'm not telling you you're not allowed to miss lasers. All I'm saying is that, like, this laser does it in this position where Fox jumped. We can just basically ignore it, you know?
Yeah.
So because it wasn't relevant.
Yeah, it sounds like I have to be asking myself what my lasers have earned me, or like try to get something off of them.
Yeah, like the laser gets you some form of advantage, and it's not gonna be a hit. Sorry, like, we like need to go onto the roof for a second, and I keep telling my dad, like, don't go up there because he's getting kind of older, and I'm like, I'll do it, but he's like, it's getting dark and you're doing a lesson. I'm like, oh no. Like, I see him, like, the ladder's out there, like, dude, if I see him go out that door, I'm literally just gonna pause the lesson and run out there and climb up for him, just letting you know. Yeah. He's not, I'm not gonna allow that. Okay, let's see, where was I? Okay, yeah, so you need to do something with the laser. You want to have some form of, like, aggro mix-up or something off of it. You don't necessarily need to go for a hit, and most of the time the laser won't earn you a hit. You know, the classic is Falco does laser and then they down air in. And, you know, and it's not very good because the laser gets you enough frame advantage to dash in, but not enough to dash down air in. And people can a lot of times just shield that and, like, shine out a shield, you know? But, like, let's say you do laser dash in and you jump, and what was the thing we just talked about? If you do the early down air, they need to shield, right? So maybe they shield there, and then you get, like, late nair shield pressure or late dare shield pressure. And so there's ways to, like, use the fact that you're positive at all, even if you're not positive enough for a hit, to, like, convert towards pressure or convert towards hitting them or just being in, like, an advantageous position. And if your lasers are not accomplishing that for you, like your lasers are not getting you a better position, then Falco loses the matchup to Fox.
Right. Something I want to ask, or something that I was reminded of while you were talking about this, is I remember there's like kind of a spacing or a moment where like you land a laser against Fox, and then you have enough time to do a dash forward short hop laser, and like. You know, just depending how close Fox is, he might be able to short hop nair you, but at a certain spacing, it would get stuffed. So that's something for me to think about, I guess.
Wait, can you say that again? I'm kind of having trouble visualizing it. Just say like the whole thing again.
Yeah, so it's like the spacing when you land a laser, that if after you shoot a laser, you immediately do a short hop forward, short hop laser.
Mm-hmm.
And Fox also tries to challenge you, immediately short hops towards you, does an aerial. And just the spacing such that his nair will get stuffed as long as he's far enough away. But if he's too close, like, your laser isn't safe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, what about that? Are you just thinking about that as like a way that the laser can get you like a pressure type thing?
Yeah, just kind of like a like certain point. I don't know the word for it. But like a certain spacing that it's like whether he's a little bit further away or a little bit closer than that is going to be the difference. And I think it's pretty like good, like not to do every time, but if you land a laser and you can do a short hop in laser and it's safe, it's probably going to result in a pretty good situation.
True. I think versus Fox in particular, you need to be really careful about approaching lasering.
Right.
So, like, I think the idea you are getting is correct. I just don't want to be like, yes, and then just ignoring the fact that the approaching laser is not great against Fox.
Right.
What you really want to do against Fox in that spot you're talking about is do laser, dash back, dash in approaching laser.
Okay.
Because that accomplishes something very similar, except what it does is you do laser and you dash back, so you're using your positive frames to slightly increase the distance.
Right.
And then you do the approaching laser, and so Fox is kind of like, first of all, he has a stimulus that you are dashing away, so that kind of encourages him to like close the space by approaching in. And second of all, you've slightly changed the spacing so that he now is at that further spacing where his approaching nair will not beat your laser.
Mm-hmm.
So laser approaching laser against Fox, not really as good. Against like Falco or like other characters, like laser approaching laser is fire, but it's really not very good against Fox. You really want to do the dash back first against Fox. But your general idea of what you're thinking of is correct.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, let's continue here. Just never dash attack. And
I have so many bad dash attacks.
And like the thing is, I'll say that and be like, huh, just don't dash attack. And then you'll see me in my games and I'm like, dash attack, you know, and it's just like we all struggle with this. You know,
it's so good, but not a low percent.
So just try not to do it. Just like if you can, try to never dash attack. Like if you did not dash attack for a year against Fox, you would be better off for it.
Yeah, that's true.
And it's like, yeah, are there a few places in the matchup where dash attack is good or useful or solves a problem? Yes. But are those things that important? No. You could be a top 10 player in the world in this matchup without dash attacking ever. So just try to basically, I just want you to tell yourself every dash attack is a bad dash attack for now.
Okay,
for like a while. Also, especially against Fox, because there's definitely spots against Falco where Falco like lasers in on you and you can just dash attack in the Ditto, and it's the only thing that hits and it just beats it, you know? So it's specifically in this matchup, just never dash attack again and you will be better off. And you said you've been playing for 10 years. If you spent the next 10 years not dash attacking, it wouldn't hurt you. Okay, so something small is that in this position, right here, I know spot dodge is really tempting, but it's significantly better to hold shield for a second and then roll. Or hold shield for a second and wave dash back, or hold shield for a second and full hop. Spot dodging is the main use of spot dodging in this matchup. Is either when Fox does like a falling aerial, right? And you might be able to spot dodge shine it. That's one use. And the other use is when the Fox has demonstrated that they really like either whiff punishing or tech chasing with grab. Because if the Fox is slightly late tech chasing with grab, then you get this sweet, juicy spot dodge shine. But outside of those two uses, spot dodge is pretty much useless. And Foxes love this little range because Falco's so scared of Fox here. But like, if you just shield and roll, he has to make a significantly harder read than he does on the spot dodge, which is just like, I hope Falco's scared and spot dodges, you know?
Yeah, use it to him for free.
So the roll just makes his life a lot harder, and I like it, because I hate letting people get away with that, and like being like, oh, I'm good because I baited a spot dodge. And it's like, no, I'm just bad for spot dodging.
Right, yeah.
Like, it shouldn't have done anything. Yeah, your combos are definitely not the part of your game that need work. Your combos are fine.
Cool.
It's just as soon as you get into the neutral, it's like, what is happening? Remember, these jabs are not very good. Like, if you're in this position, a stronger thing for Falco, like, jab is like, I don't know how many frames it is. Like, I know it comes out in 2 or 3, but like, it takes a little while to finish, right? You have to go, doof, and then like you have to bring your arm back from the jab, right? And like, it's not gonna get you anything, and so it's significantly better to use your free, let's say you have 5 frames free or 6 frames free, you want to use those to get through your stupid 5-frame jump squat. So if you have these frames here, like, you would be significantly better. Like, I would say, like, what Mango would do here, or like maybe like Albert or something, is really good. There's 2 ways to do it. You can either dash away right here and like backflip and look for like a down air or like a thing or something here, or you just dash back, dash in down air, or you just short hop straight up. There's like a thing you can do with Falco where you know, like, you short hop straight up, you drift back a little bit, and then you drift back in, and if Fox up tilts, it just whiffs, and then you can down air him. Those types of positions are just significantly stronger for you. And remember that he's at 103, and so if I was you in this position, I would most likely favor dash away, backflip, back air here. Because he's over 100. So the back air is just, like, so good. And you'll notice, watch, as soon as you hit a strong back air, you'll probably just take his stock if you hit your edge guard. That back air was okay. Kind of got hit. Okay, it's fine. Not great. Once again, you don't have your laser out, so you're just like you're just like a slow version of Fox here. You're Ganon against Captain Falcon without your laser. And so he's basically getting a bunch of like extra credit type stuff, you know? Whereas like if you were playing the safe game plan here, he wouldn't be getting any of this stuff that he needs.
Yeah.
Okay, good. This is good. Ooh, okay. This is so much better. This is how you should be playing. Like when he's at high percent, just play like this and literally do this forever. Like do that like basically forever. The down air was good too because you read him coming in after that long interaction. That was like a significantly better way to play the high percent game. So this whole little laser thing you're doing, just be comfortable literally doing this for like a minute and a half straight. Like just do this forever, and then eventually he'll give you something. And notice that he did this jab or this grab too. Like there's some universe where, you know, you manage to get like a short hop here and you back air him. Not like on reaction, but like if you had made slightly different choices, he could have just died here. So that's why you got to stay safe in those spots. Also, like, you know, come on. Like here, like you can definitely like dash forward smash or like down air or something. There's no reason to go for a dash attack.
Yeah, my mind thirsts for it.
It's like, so why are you out on the streets? It's dash attack, man. I just can't stop. I had it all. Did a dash attack one day. The guy DI'd in. The whole crowd went crazy. I just can't stop anymore, man.
It's pretty much me.
Yeah, your combos are freaking good. You look like you're in so much control. Oh, okay. So right here, it's totally fine to miss this. So you missed this. What you should do immediately after this, well,
I actually was trying to do the Shine Stall rising down air, but the spacing is just a bit awkward.
Yes. So that's what I'm saying is when you go down here and the spacing is awkward, all you have to do is double jump. Up B grab the edge and then drop and do shine back air.
Okay, yeah, I forgot.
So all you had to do here was grab ledge with his up B. So you would have gone like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, whatever, 12, 13, 14, 15. You would have grabbed edge like right here or something, and you could have just rolled off edge and he would have died if you had reacted or whatever. But most of the time here, in this position specifically, when you get this like right here and you notice you missed and he's up being, just go and then drop, cover the low angle with shine and do shine back here, and he's dead every time. It's like a guaranteed edge guard pretty much.
For doing a shine back air while they're riding the wall, does the shine tend to always hit them out so they can't take the ledge?
If what?
protect the stage. If you do, if the fox is riding the wall and you drop down shine, can it not hit them towards the stage and they can tick?
Okay, so there are a lot of positions where if Fox is already wall riding, the shine won't work. I think it only works on Yoshi's, because on like Dreamland and FD and Fountain, the stage like slopes inward. So if they're riding the wall, most of the time your back air won't hit or your shine won't hit. So you kind of have to do a different edge guard there if they get to the wall ride. And I'll go into that in a second. The important thing here is he doesn't get a wall ride. You're up B stalling and you're shining here. This is his wall ride angle. You're trying to shine him on like with him on the right side of you before he gets to the wall.
Okay, before it gets to the wall, right.
So the other thing though is if you do shine him and he goes into the wall, you still have a pretty guaranteed edge guard. Because if he wall jumps out of it and you do shine, the whole point also is you want to slightly delay the back air.
Mm-hmm.
Ever so slightly, because then you do shine and he tech jumps, and then you do back air, it'll hit his tech jump.
Right, after the invincibility ends.
After his invincibility ends, exactly. So the thing is, because people will say, like, what about tech shine? You know, doesn't tech shine beat that? But it doesn't, because you just refreshed at the ledge, so you're invincible. So even if he tech shines, you'll just go through it, and he'll be stuck in this awkward spot below the stage.
Okay, yeah.
So that's kind of like the flow chart there. Is you definitely want to drop here and shine back here before he even gets to the wall. Like right here, I would just literally instant up B, shine back here, he's dead. I wouldn't even put 2 brain cells towards it. This is something I'm kind of working on currently in the matchup. So take it with a little bit of a grain of salt, but I still think I kind of know what I'm talking about. Is like right here, when you do this back air, it's much better to do a dash away back air. So you saw how you shield drop back aired and then you like drifted in here. And it seems like this was for the intention of beating his full hop.
It was for a short hop.
Oh, it was for a short hop.
Yeah, I was reading a short hop.
Okay, there, so if you're reading the short hop, here's the problem with reading the short hop here with the back air, is because he's not at a high enough percent. So if you back air him here, he's just gonna get to ledge for free, and it's not gonna accomplish anything. And you set yourself up for like potential pain here. You know?
Yeah.
I would have much preferred in this position. You can do this exact same thing, but I would much prefer you to dash away back air. Or even dash away empty hop and then react if you needed to back air. And if he doesn't approach you, to turn around laser. So here we go. So like, let's say you're in this spot, right? And you do this where you dash right here, just short hop back air and like have your momentum going to the left, like over here.
Okay, yeah.
Because then you're totally safe. But you don't need to do the instant back air because he won't hit you if you have, you know, like if you're moving away from him, it takes him more frames to reach you. So it gives you more time to react.
Right.
So you can actually just empty hop away here and then turn around laser or late back air, depending on what he does. If you already made this decision. So I'm saying like this is kind of like a middle of the road option where like your best case of hitting with this back air does not really do enough to justify it. If he was at like 160 or 150, this back air would be pretty acceptable because if it hits, you win the stock, right? It's not as big of a deal. But in this spot, you have a lot of risk. You're at 30, and you don't have a lot of stuff you can really do to him with your back air. So taking a sort of, if you're going to do this dash dance at all, taking a safer route with the back air and then looking for like a laser and coming back in is a much stronger approach.
Okay.
So it seems like a lot of your issues are sort of game plan based, where it's kind of like, what do I do at this percent, or how do I act in this position? This is sort of what I was talking about with like just straight up approaching laser. Fox can beat
Yeah.
this in like 50 different ways, and so it's really best not to do that particular approaching laser. That's just like a small note. Good. Okay, again here, this is that spot. So your issue is that right here, you can drop Shine back air right here. Shine the lowest up B, Shine back air, and he will die here. He might have some psychopath angle where he can freaking go here and fast fall, like here, and somehow grab ledge. But you should be able to like Shine bear forward tilt or something if he does like that wackiness. But most of the time, like this, he's gonna go for the lowest wall ride angle he can, right? To get the sweet spot. And if you just drop Shine bared here, he was guaranteed dead.
Right.
So once you get this, and he drops off to here, this is a much harder edge guard. There are a couple ways you can deal with this, depending on how difficult you want to get. So, one thing you can do is right here, as the up B is just about to fire off, you can grab edge, and then you can actually react to him either sweet spotting, and then if he goes high, you can do like ledge dash shine. That's like probably the best option, but it's definitely the hardest, you know?
Yeah.
Another option here is to do a ginger nair. So like do like nair and then drift towards center. Like, you know, turn around nair, drift back. And if he sweet spots, he will be fine. But if he goes above the ledge, you'll hit him, and you can set up for a much better edge guard. Do you know about the ginger nair?
Yeah, for sure. I go for it kind of, but I fuck it up. I'm facing the wrong way as well.
So here, yeah, because you can actually hit it facing this way too, but you have to drift towards center.
Right. Otherwise you trade.
Right, because of
Or you
the
just-
hitbox drag, right? So you go for this. Holy moly. Okay, so here's the thing. I actually do go for this nair, but not at this percent. I go for it at low percent where he can't tag. But you actually get this somehow to hit him backwards. I actually don't know how, and I might look into this later to try to steal it. Because somehow he did not hit the edge there, and I don't understand how at all. But still.
Yeah. Thread the needle.
Yeah, seriously. So then what happens here? Okay, so right here, this was
Wall
very...
jump side B.
Well, there was, thank you, very clearly a wall jump side B potential here. So you could have just gone wall jump side B, and then he would have for sure died.
See there, that approaching laser wasn't too bad because he couldn't punish it, right? Like I'm far enough away that I'm using my laser. Yeah, like right there, I'm using my advantage from the laser.
Yes. Yes, exactly. You're using your laser to get, like, you're using your little advantage off the laser to say, okay, he's far enough that my advantage is such that I can take this space safely, right?
And get like a better laser.
And you get an even better laser, which will also give you a frame advantage from up close. So you dash back here, and then you get this other laser from even closer, and you dash in, and now he uses his double jump, which is really good. And all you had, okay, so you did this whole thing perfectly, and I don't expect you to do everything perfectly, but as soon as he does this double jump back here, if you did dash back, dash in, approaching laser, up tilt, you would have guaranteed won the interaction.
Yeah.
Like right here, if you do dash in, high laser, you like high laser back air, you just win. And like, so if you were correct, and this is like a very practical thing to be correct on, because you know, like you're emptying him of options, you know, because you're here, you get this, you see him double jump. Oh, I would be in there with that laser like immediately right here, and then you would get an opening. So it's just like, obviously it's not like a really general thing. That's definitely like a much more, you know, specific little thing, but sort of that idea should help. And then this approaching laser is just like, yeah. Like you do like 6 things genius in a row, and then you just do that, and it's kind of like,
I think it's kind of the mental thing of like, I knew that I should have been lasering after he burned his double jump, and so it was just like a delayed do the right thing,
right?
Wrong,
and first of all, and also this is aggression when Fox is at this percent. So the other thing to keep in mind is like here, Fox is at 122. So in my mind, right, I'm like, I am going to camp really hard, right, because Fox is at this high percent. But during my camping, I actually have another goal. Can you guess what that other goal is with Fox at 122? We talked about it earlier. Has something to do with lasering Fox.
Like
okay,
laser jab or something.
Right. So you want laser jab, but jab doesn't knock down yet. So if Fox is at 122, my idea is I need to laser him to 130 or 128ish. So when I'm at this percent, I'm thinking like, yes, okay, laser, okay, 124, 127, one more, 129, okay, jab works. And now I can comfortably camp with jab here.
Okay.
So that should kind of go through your head every time Fox is at high percent. Also, and I know you said you're being hard on yourself, so don't be too hard on yourself, but definitely whenever Fox is at this percent, you should like when you're watching your VODs and you see that Fox lived to this percent, you should be like, wait a minute, that's not right. Why did he live this long? Let's see where he was at when I should have killed him. 75 or 63, 75. So you go, okay, why did he not die the next time I hit him at 75, you know? And like, because clearly 120 something is a failure, and you go, oh, that's right, I missed this edge guard, and you go, okay, so I need to hit that edge guard next time. But whenever Fox is at this percent, there's always a reason. Like, you always messed it up. It's your fault somehow.
Yeah.
And so it's like a good indicator to like look in and be like, okay, what did I mess up? Like, what did I fail here to get Fox to this stupidly high percent?
Yeah.
And so remember that I said the back air thing? Don't do this one. This one, because you'll just die. It'll just full hop back air here, and you die. You want to keep it really simple to those short hop back airs. And I know it sounds like if all you do is laser, jab, and back air in place, that you'll eventually lose, but it's wrong. It's a perfect defense. Like, it sounds like, man, won't that get predictable? And it's like, yeah, it gets really predictable, and that makes it so annoying, because the Fox is like, he's only got 3 moves, why can't I get in? And then they whiff something, and you back air, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, you do not want to like full hop or like, here's the thing, if you want at this percent, you're totally free to like go to the platform and come down. You can. But there's not a huge reason to. But you can. Like if you're not happy on the ground, or he somehow slips past your laser into like an uncomfortable range, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Feel free to go to the platform there. Oh no. Okay, so my general option in this spot is I like to shorten. So what I do is I like to go here, and then I will double jump back to a range like right here, and then I'll just shorten to edge. He has to hard read it, and if you don't shorten it and he hard reads the shorten, he'll die from the side B spike. So that's like more generally what you want to do. And if you're gonna do this type of double jump where you don't instant shorten, and I do this a lot too, so pretty much out of this position, always backwards double jump. Even if you don't like full drift back, you just want some form of like backwards momentum. You don't want to drift in.
Because I try to do a lot of air dodge recovery, so I was probably going for it here and just pressed L too late.
Mm-hmm. Because if you did like, so the thing with the air dodge is accomplishing the exact same thing as the side B here. Because like if you double jump back here and he forward smashes, you just get to react to the forward smash and side B him. And you might get a reversal, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Whereas the air dodge, you still have to time it. You still have to time it perfectly with, dude, is my dad already on the roof? Did he just sneak up there and, dude, whatever. This isn't stressful. Okay. A few more minutes and then I'll go check out. But anyway, sure. Okay. So the side B is really what you want here. I pretty much only do air dodge recoveries against Fox out of a wall jump. So I'll do wall jump, and then I'll do an air dodge recovery. And the reason is that I'll air dodge slightly down. You never want to air dodge anything but slightly down against Fox, because otherwise he can just react and shine you.
Yeah.
So like if you did this and you air dodged horizontally here and he didn't forward smash, a good Fox would just dash short hop shine here and you'd be dead.
Right.
So just be the side B there is generally better unless you're going to go for like a wall jump back air type thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we have a little over 5 minutes left.
All right. Awesome.
So yeah, this whole thing here is like, okay, so you start out with laser, and that's grand and good and stuff, right? And then right here, you need lasers. Like this whole thing is just where are the lasers?
Yeah.
You know, because without that laser, your character is worse. Like your character is bad without lasers.
Yeah.
Like legitimately, it's like if Fox used only forward tilt and forward air. Is like Falco without lasers. It's like, why would you play your character like that, you know?
Mm.
Oh, like right here too.
Yeah, drop down laser would have been good.
Yeah, like you have, or like just right here off of the roll even. You know, the double jump is fine, but like, why would you not laser here and get like laser dash in and have a big advantage, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it happens. Something small, and I fall for this too, is right here. If you just shorten to the edge, foxes basically never cover it.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like a thing. Nice. Okay, you made it. This is also another really small detail, but anytime you barely recover, like you barely make it back, like right here, it's like you have to think about it situationally, not you don't want to think of it so abstractly where like you're like it's really easy to get caught in like the mental space that you are recovering, right?
Yeah.
And then like you just barely make it back to stage and you're like, "Oh, like I need to keep recovering." But if you think about it, like if you hadn't rolled here, you get a punish.
Yeah, I was actually at an advantage.
Yeah, and so like if you just look purely at this state, if this state happened in a normal gameplay, you would see this as like a really easy punish, right? And so it's just something to keep in mind that when you recover and you barely make it back, you need to be still looking out for like normal gameplay situations rather than just sort of panicking.
Yeah.
This forward tilt is not great because he's not at a percent where forward tilt will knock down.
Yeah.
Like if he's at a higher percent and this knocks down, that's totally fine. I probably here, since you're risking it on like a spot dodge or something anyway, I would have probably grabbed here.
Mm-hmm.
And gone for like a grab back throw if you were already deciding to like walk up and do a move here. Just because it has a higher reward than the forward tilt. Yeah, he's definitely on the roof. I guess as long as nothing bad happens. Okay. Oh no! Hey! This is not. This was almost a really good combo. Probably nair here, fair here, reverse back air. Anything here to, like right here, if you had bared here, you know, you have a pretty much guaranteed setup for either a down air or a forward smash or something.
Yeah.
And it just would have been a lot clearer to go for the edge guard there, and it's like a lot more threatening for the fox. Another small thing right here is pretty much never do this. Because here's the thing, is after this laser, this is like the frame you can dash on pretty much. So like if you are going to go for like a laser instant high aerial, because the thing is you can threaten high aerial, right? And he's shielding. So you could go for like laser, jump in, late nair, or late aerial here. But if you are committed that you have decided that you are early aerialing, you better do the earliest aerial and not like 5 frames late.
Mm-hmm.
So like if you want a laser nair here, you have to, let's see, it's like you land, you get 4 frames. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so you're 4 frames late, and it just creates this feeling of like, man, like, wow, okay, here we go. Where you're just too slow to do anything there. And most of the time, the laser instant aerial is not the best. I'm not really super mad that you did it. Just keep in mind that if you are going to do it, you got to do it faster. You have to do it like instantly.
It would have worked if I did it at the fastest possible timing.
I know this grab is really tempting here, but the majority of the time, they will roll or spot dodge here because they don't want to get, like, this is just level 1, right? Level 1 is, this grab is so sick and powerful here, therefore I will grab. Level 2 is, Fox is freaking terrified out of his mind because my grab is so strong. Therefore, he will do a dumb option to avoid my grab.
Mm-hmm.
That's like something that Albert does every time. Like literally every single time Albert gets this laser here, he will do dash in, dash back, dash in. Like he'll just do a quick dash dance. Because the odds of them doing something dumb are just way higher. Like if you want this grab, you know, you can do this. And like if you had done dash dance here and he comes down with this drill, then you get the whiff punish grab and you get the grab you were actually wanting.
Right.
Yep. Freaking Fox just kills instantly. Okay, bad dare, but it happens. Okay. In general, I think you need to be a little bit more aware of dashing and just dash dancing in general. There's a lot of times you get caught kind of like stationary aerialing or like not dashing in general. It's just like that's like not necessarily a problem, but it is something I would say to kind of keep in mind more. That like remember just keeping in mind that the laser gives you a frame advantage to do a dash dance, and like that is kind of like the point of it, and like that's kind of like what you can bait people for. There's just a lot of times where you do the laser. Dude, I just saw something freaking big fly off the roof, and my adrenaline stupid spiked. But it's like my dad just threw like a big thing of dirt out of like the gutter.
Okay, he's cleaning the eavesdrops.
I'm way too worried about this. I'm gonna go up there and help him pretty much now that the lesson's over.
For sure.
Okay, so we're about at an hour. Do you have any additional thoughts?
No, I mean this was good. It's gonna like stimulate a lot of thoughts, and I'm gonna go play some right after this and try to think about things. I took notes, so yeah, this was really good.
Okay, awesome. I'm glad it was helpful for you. I also think it was like a very fun lesson to do. I think it was good. All right, sick man. I'll talk to you later then. I'll send you my Venmo stuff.
Sure. All right, thanks.
All right, see you later.